Hi folks, Dave Woodard, the man from back east. I just got done watching Troy Barlow's Why Must I Go? Connections to San Lazaro for Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. Folks, I implore you, please go watch this video. It will bore you to tears on how he's trying to come up with stuff to say it was connected now. I don't know. I don't get the scoop. I don't get the scoop that these other people are doing. But as far as I can tell by what Troy is saying, is they're announcing that it was actually in New Mexico now. By the way, Troy was talking. I don't know where they go for their information, but that tells me right there, Troy Barlow, Why Must I Go, is a scab with the rest of them. You really had me fooled, Troy. I got to give you that. I thought you were a real person out there who had a solve, and we just butted heads. But now I realize that you're covering for their fraud, that you've been covering for their fraud for, the past 2.5 years or whatever it is? It's sad. It's sad, folks. The real San Lazaro connection to Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt is the superhero Lazaro. It's a shame what they're trying to do to Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt and Forrest Fenn's legacy of what a brilliant solve that he created and put out there. And Troy Barlow is the perfect example of it. And you want to know another one? I'll throw him right under the bus. I don't care. Greg. Did you see Greg kissing the Olds' ass about, oh yeah, the Olds have nothing to do with it. All of you people who knew, these are supposed to be vloggers, folks, that had a solve and they're upset because of the ending, right? They're just scabs. They're throwing a bunch of people in to try to make believe they have solves. And those are what controls the Forrest Fenn community vloggers. I pray to God there's still a few of them that are legit and they have a solve. And they realize in their heads that they don't have the solve. They don't. The true solve was superheroes and comic books. And I put that out in my Forrest End videos. And I am so glad that those are out on Facebook. They're out on Josh Gates' channels. They're out on Comic-Con channels. And people are giving thumbs up to them. So however they're blocking me, for all of you real people that are still out in the Fenn community on YouTube, that's going nowhere with the Fenn community. They're all coming up with their own little scams or scabs, whatever, to try to stop this solve from coming out. And they're not going to do it. San Lazaro is the superhero Lazaro from Marvel Comics. Remember Marvel Gaze? There's so many superheroes and comic books inside of Forrest Fenn's stories, inside of his solve, inside of his quotes, even the little girl from India. I had Trusted Living, a scab, total scab. And I call him right out. He doesn't even use his own real name. And another one is fantastic, folks. A scab right up the ass of Shiloh. All of them, they're right up his ass. And they're crawling out trying to protect him like little termites. It's unbelievable. The comments that you see on my channel trying to shut down the amazing thrill of the chase that Forrest Fenn built. It's the thrill of the chase 1.61, folks. That's what it is. And you know, I'm going to do a video. I'll give you a heads up on it just so you understand. That Why Must I Go is trying to talk about a title to the gold. You really want to know what the title is, folks? Because all it took me was about 15 seconds when I heard Troy say, "Oh, it gives you title to the gold." You know, I bring up these things in my videos of other stuff that goes on, but the actual true title to the gold is The Thrill of the Chase .161. The title is Everyday Superheroes. That's what the title to the gold is. When you realize it's all about superheroes, when you find that, and all the superheroes that he hid through the stories, you're eventually going to go, wow, there's a lot of comic books. There's a lot of superheroes. There's even hidden superheroes inside of Forrest Fenn's stories that I found. So those superheroes, everyday superheroes, 1.1 Superman, 1.61. That's the actual title in that thing. Is going to give you the title to the gold. That's what the title to the gold is. The title to his book is The Thrill of the Chase. The actual secret is The Thrill of the Chase, 1.61 everyday superheroes. That's what the secret is. And then the title is to the gold. Once you realize the title brings you to the gold by Superman, you know that you're looking for Clark Kent on the cross. Aunt Esther is a homely girl. It's a beautiful solve that they're trying to shut down. And anybody with half a brain that looks up Aunt Esther and doesn't see that she was called ugly in every show, she is the homely girl on Forrest Fenn's cross that he used to end this treasure hunt at that place at Palisade Sill. He couldn't make it back up to the ridge. And you see that in some of the clues. Ridge, you see every single thing that I pulled out. Folks, if you have not watched my Forrest End videos, do yourself a favor. Watch them. You can find them on some of Josh Gates' channels. If you're, or Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm not hiding who I am like these other jamokes that are protecting Shiloh's fraud. And I hope the hell I can somehow incorporate them going to court and getting screwed over for covering for fraud. You guys are helping cover the fraud, right? You're helping it. It's the bottom line. You're protecting the fraud that has gone on by Shiloh stealing the treasure chest from every single searcher out there. That's what Shiloh did, and he's lied ever since. And you real people out there, not the vlogging jackasses that you're seeing. Oh, the brutal truth. Oh yeah, brutal. All right. Oh, the family had nothing to do with it. I swear to God, I know they didn't. Greg, you're a scab. You just proved it by going to the dark side. Troy Barlow, going to the dark side. You're a scab, man. Everything you said in that thing, I mean, it was boring. It was hard to get through your video. I apologize. It was hard. But I did. I got through it, Troy. And to see you lie about why it's in San Lazaro, a second chest. Folks, the second chest was something somebody else made at one point. There was no second chest. There was one treasure chest hidden at Palisade Sill under the cross at Kent and Esther. Clark Kent, Aunt Esther, Ken Esther. That was it. That was Forrest Fenn's secret. That was his secret hiding place. That was everything. If you have not watched the Forrest End videos, watch all of them in series on YouTube if they're not taken down, because they have taken down a lot of my other videos or blocked them from people seeing them. Just to protect the fraud. There has been fraud, and every other searcher out there that has gone out looking for the treasure chest, you got ripped off. 2019 October is when Shiloh dug up that treasure chest and then told Forrest Fenn, no, it wasn't there. And he kept it. And that's why things were missing, because he had all those months to just fucking play and do whatever he wanted and give it to a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever he did. That's what Shiloh did. And Michael Sexton finally passed away. Shiloh knew he had to try to cover it. And he sent Forrest Fenn an anonymous picture of the treasure chest. But he's so fucking dumb. This is how dumb Shiloh is. He's so fucking dumb. He sent the original picture at Palisade Sill where the chest is bowed in from being buried 4 feet down from the frost. Folks, it's so obvious. I can't wait to get to court. I really can't. And I may just do it by myself, because it seems like there's no camaraderie in the Forrest Fenn community except for the scabs. Oh, Jay Street. He's another one. He's a scab. I'm calling out every single channel. If you don't step up for the truth, you are a scab, or you're just protecting the fraud. And it's a shame. It's a total shame that you vloggers have turned into that. Either you got paid off and now you're just trying to protect your own ass because you know the shit's rolling downhill. And it's going to roll all the way to Shiloh. But none of you want to step up. You can go down with him as far as I'm concerned. I don't care at this point. I said I'm done being a nice guy to any of the vloggers that are scabs. And you guys are scabs. You're proving you're scabs. And it's a shame. And I hope there's some real people that are vloggers that are out there that start going, you know what? I'm going to look into his solve and see if he's really right. But no, all you do is just shit on it. It's a shame because the Comic-Con people, the Josh Gates, real human being people, not the pieces of scabs that you are, the Forrest Fenn vlogging community of you guys are disgraceful. You guys really are. I've reached out many times to ask, and this is how I know, because I've actually put the true solve out there with the Thrill of the Chase 1.61 everyday superheroes, and I put what two or 300 superheroes out of the books, hidden superheroes, plain sight superheroes. All of them are in there. And it's a shame that all of the Forrest Fenn vloggers they keep hiding. They're either hiding away from everybody else, and Barbara Anderson is lost in her own solve, or they've talked about paid actors. Yeah, there's paid actors. And it's now I know that it's Troy Barlow. Now I know that it's Greg, and they just can't hold up their own solve anymore. So they're going to back Shiloh, who's lying to all of us. You folks are, you vlogging, you vloggers are a sad group of people. I hate to say it. It's amazing how much evidence is there for the true solve with Superman, and you still want to shut it down. So San Lazaro is the Lazaro superhero. The title to the gold is the title, The Thrill of the Chase. If you figure out the title, you will find the gold. Superman, everyday superheroes, Superman 1.61 is the title. That's the title, folks. It's so simple. It's Occam's razor. Have you heard that? The real vloggers from way back? You guys should jump in and say something. You guys, and it saddens me that you don't either. It's I don't know who's been paid off. I really don't. I don't trust any of them now, unless somebody steps forward and says, I looked at your solve, Dave. Yes. But no, the vloggers that are out there, they try to discredit it and shit on it and everything else. But it's Forrest Fenn created it. So the Josh Gates community that looks at it are like, this is fucking cool. The Comic-Con people that look at this, they say, this is fucking cool. Some of my responses, as far as the mirror dimension, Forrest Fenn said, if you're over the age of 12 and don't see a little bit of yourself in this mirror, then you deserve another chance. That's what Forrest Fenn said. It's the mirror dimension in Marvel. There's all the clues that lead you to Marvel and DC for Superman. And if you don't want to accept it, you don't have to. It's fine. But it's eventually going to all be put together by someone. Probably not me, because I'm dealing with other stuff. But at some point, someone's going to step up and go, this guy's right. I want to interview him. I'm looking for Marvel writers, the team of Marvel or DC, to look into this and say, this is actually amazing what Forrest Fenn created, because they only see bits and pieces, folks. The vlogging community have watched me all the way along, and they've seen me solve more and more and more and more. And they try to shut it down because they're scabs protecting Shiloh's dumbass, who's going to get caught for fraud and fraudulently putting in documents into court, along with Jack. And they're both responsible for the death of Michael Sexton. And I will push that to the limit. And I'm going to put this on more venues than just Facebook, where they shut me down. So get ready, folks, because the end is here. The end of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt was at Palisades Hill, New Mexico. And all of the clues are there in the books. And the actual poem that was solved led me to that Kent and Esther cross without knowing who Kent and Esther were. And I solved it, folks. And that's what they're trying to shut down. Forrest Fenn and Shiloh, when Forrest Fenn realized Shiloh stole the treasure chest, he said, All he has is Kent and Esther. Nobody's going to believe him. He doesn't know about the superheroes yet. Well, now I do. I know about the superheroes. I know about the comic books. I know about the Dancing with the Stars. I have my layers video, folks. All of those layers videos, they tell you what all of the different layers are inside of Forrest Fenn's stories to bring you to Palisades Hill. All of the layers that bring you to Devil's Mailbox, which is what's beautiful about one of the other questions someone just said. What's the key word in the poem? The key word in the poem, folks, is there. If you cannot figure out where there is in the poem, you're not going to solve it. And nobody else solved it besides me. There were probably like one or two other people that might have had Palisades Hill as your place and location for there in the poem. If you put Palisades Hill in the there, in place of there, that map lines up beautifully. Starts off at Palisades Hill, brings you to Agua Fria Peak, takes you over to Eagle's Nest, across by that, the Too Far to Walk is the War Memorial, and then from Eagle's Nest, Forrest Fenn said, if I told you where Eagle's Nest was, you could go straight to the treasure. And that's the next clue. From there, from Palisades Hill, it's no place for the meek. He's already brought you back down from there. The poem has been solved by me. The vloggers that don't want to accept it, they can go to hell. And I hope they do when I take him to court, along with Shiloh, for covering his fraud. And that's what we're going to get to, folks, which is a shame. This fucking beautiful treasure hunt that Forrest Fenn created, and I solved, and because I was leading on to another clue, I got screwed out of by Shiloh, and all of you vloggers are protecting him. It's a fucking shame, and you should all be ashamed of yourself. But you're not. You got paid off somehow, so you don't give a shit, and you're just trying to cover it. Well, go to hell. Dave Woodard, the man from back east who solved Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt, and I'm mad at those vloggers for being assholes and pieces of shit. Have a good day. The real folks out there, I hope you really look into this and check out the Forrest Fenn videos, because that's the actual solve, folks. This is the end of Forrest Fenn's, of wondering what happened in Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. Forrest Fenn got railroaded. He decided to protect Shiloh at the end. And that's why I don't even believe he signed that paperwork. He would not acknowledge Jack for 3 months while he was alive, that Jack was the finder or the solver. Shiloh had to do it at the end when Forrest finally died. That's the sad thing about it. And nobody sees that. It's a shame. You vloggers, you should be embarrassed. It's a shame. Folks, I'll talk to you on my next video, which is probably going to be my Savant video. But this goes out to the vlogging vloggers, the vlogging community, all of the vloggers. Step up or get stepped on. Dave Woodard, have a good day.